Do you ever feel like your life has gone off script? Like you had this plan. If I do this, it leads to this. And then somebody just doesn't follow the rules, doesn't follow the script. They don't play their part. They don't say their lines. And it ends up changing the scene. Hey, it's Brian from Hope Writers. And one of my first jobs as a classroom teacher was to teach drama class to middle schoolers, and mostly seventh grade boys. I mean, can you imagine teaching theater and drama to seventh grade boys? Well, I have a bachelor's degree in fine arts with a music and theater focus. And so it made sense that I would teach this class. But it was so interesting. Like, I think my biggest lesson learned from that class is that you can have a great script, but if people don't follow the script, it changes the play. And that's like our life. We have these ideas of, if I do this, I'll get a promotion. If I do this, I'll have a great marriage. If I do this, my kids will turn out all right. And yet something changes. Somebody doesn't follow the script that we have. Life doesn't go quite the way that we want it to. So what's the solution? How do we move forward? I recommend a rewrite. A rewrite. That's what we did when I taught middle school drama. I remember I had this one class. We were supposed to do this play at the end of the semester for like the parents' night. And it had a lot of female parts and female roles in the script. But I had mostly male students. So what did we have to do? We needed to rewrite the script because it wasn't fitting. The script that I had planned wasn't fitting the context in which I was in. And maybe that's true for you as well. You had this goal, you had this dream, you had this vision of what your life would be like, and then you find yourself divorced, you find yourself widowed, you find yourself unemployed, you find yourself overweight, you find yourself not successful, you find yourself older than you thought you would be by the time you arrived where you are. So what do? Well, first, all is not lost. God sees you. God has given you another day of life and breath, which means your story is not over. Number two, it means it's time to get a new script. It's time to follow a new plan. It's time to adapt and adopt a new role. And the role that you were playing isn't fitting the play anymore. So what do? You stay in character? No, you adjust. You make adjustments. So instead of following a script, it could feel more like improv. Improvisation. The key about improvisation is this phrase, yes and. Yes and. So instead of no, you say yes and. Something really bad happens to you. Somebody really let you down. And the answer isn't no. The answer is yes, because it's reality. You got to face reality. It actually happened. It actually happened. That might be a process in and of itself. Yes. And then the end, the possibility is in the end. A-N-D. What does this make possible? Because this is no longer happening. Yes, it's no longer happening. Yes, this is my new reality. And what can I do about it? How can I grow in it? How can I live through it? And what I'm all about is how can I share my story with somebody else? Every disappointment is the seed of a new opportunity. Every letdown is an opportunity for a comeback. And so no matter what you're going through, no matter what it is, something small or something huge. For example, for us, we had a printing delay recently on a book I really care about. I care about all our books, but this one was really personal. It was really discouraging. And I tried to, encourage the author, like, you got this, it's going to work itself out. It's going to be okay. But there's just this moment of like, oh, no, it is not what I wanted. But yes, it is reality. And what does this make possible? How can I grow in this? How can I learn from this? What can we do better in the future? How can this be a story that will transform me and be something that I can encourage other people with as well? We've all had our share of disappointments. We've all had our share of letdowns. And in fact, guess what? You're not done. There's another one coming around the corner. There's another disappointment. As long as you're alive on this fallen world with fallen people, you're going to fall. This is the reality of life. But how can you rewrite the script? So you show up to the play and somebody you expected isn't there. Well, what does that mean? Improv. Responding to them with your vision, your mission, and your values intact. Knowing who you are and whose you are. And looking at this challenge as an opportunity. What does this make possible? I call that the Dan Miller question. What does this make possible? Dan, who passed away a few years ago, he would always talk about this. He'd say, when you lose your job, when you disappoint somebody, when somebody disappoints you, you can ask, what does this make possible? Because there's always something coming around the corner. God's mercies are new every morning. So 2 things I want to share with you. Number 1, if you're feeling discouraged, if you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling overwhelmed, if you're feeling behind, acknowledge that and then ask, what does this make possible? And then number 2, number your days. Look forward and ask, how can I best steward the gift of time that I've been given? So even though I feel stuck, I feel knocked down, I feel like I've really struggled, you still have breath. You still have life. You still have today as an opportunity to make an impact, to make a difference, and to rewrite your story. It's not too late.